Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. In our last video, we came to the ruins of Dundrasil, and we found a tunnel that had been covered, that was meant for the royal family to escape. Should Dundrasil ever be attacked by monsters, which of course it was. Okay, there are no sparkly spots. But there is a treasure chest. 4 files of Sage's elixir. Well, that means we're going into battle against something.
Such pain. Such despair. How dare you? How dare you return here? Begone, servants of evil! You took everything. You destroyed everything. You monsters! I will never forgive you!
I'm keen to have a wee chat with our friend here, but something tells me he's got other things in mind.
Okay, the restless night draws near. I was not prepared for a battle. Alright, what do we got? For spells, we have, like, nothing. I'm sure we can't put him to sleep. We could try, I guess. But... okay.
Let the blackness consume you!
That's enough of that. Okay.
Ha! Ha!
Really beef up Hendrik.
I almost feel bad about this.
Oh man, Hendrik's attack's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, he'll do that. Oh, could have dealt without the snooze, but that's okay. So we're gonna do 600 a hit, we'll be alright. Big banger! Quit cursing people, please. Alright, time to multi-heal.
Let the darkness consume you!
Now we get one more attack with Hendrik, we'll be good. Hendrik is all I have, so... There we go.
Another day, another victory.
Such pain. took my beloved Eleanor. You took my boy. I will never forgive you!
Eleanor? But that's the old queen's name, which would make you...
Erwin, last king of Dundrasil. Just as I thought.
Why wouldn't you say that?
A great man, and a fine warrior too, as you've just witnessed. And, most importantly of all, your father. I'm sorry the two of you had to meet like this. What happened to you, Erwin? Come on, laddie. Look at me. What in the...
Yeah, it's terrifying.
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my restless knight from his misery.
The voice from the dream.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin, King of Dundrasil. All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought to the last. The light of justice sustained him, and he refused to yield to the darkness. But with time, that light has waned, and all that remains is the tortured soul you see before you. Lost between light and dark, life and death. I beg of you, help him, free him from his nightmare. Shine the light of hope into the darkness of his despair.
The voice. It's gone again. Who is she?
That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
Okay. We could theoretically go out and heal ourselves. That is a thing. It's not a dumb move. But let's risk it. Let's just do that. Such pain, such despair, you took my Eleanor, my switch, you destroyed everything, and will never forgive you. And King Erwin continues to mutter pitifully, moving closer to listen. Yes. As he steps forward, Switch is suddenly transfixed by the void inside his father. I don't know what that said. It was too brief for me to read it. And they didn't push any buttons, so.
Do I smell fresh meat? It's been a while. Years, in fact. Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable before I devour your tender torment. Watch and despair.
Okay.
Such pain. Such anguish. I am helpless, powerless, bound by the chains of regret.
All right, a loading screen. So this is going to be rough, and it's not going to be rough. It's not rough from a gameplay perspective. If you're playing this game, what we're about to do is very easy. It's tedious, but it's easy. But if you're a Let's Player who freaks out about content,
Yes, well, of course. We've been waiting a long time.
King Erwin, it is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all.
and again, he looks like Sean Penn.
My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
So our assumption then is King Gustav there is probably the king of Sniffelheim. So when we get there, he has just died and his daughter is taken over. We've met the Sultan and we know the other guy.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish festivities. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me if I grow a little passionate at times.
It is the first time the rulers of the four kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. A momentous occasion indeed. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an heir to the title of Luminary is an event of unparalleled significance.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
It's very interesting that they character designed this guy who we would never see because he'll be dead in the rulers of all four kingdoms brought together for a great summit. There will be fireworks, I'm sure. And luckily for me, I have a front row seat. Soldier doesn't move a muscle. He doesn't seem to be aware of Switch's presence. Alright, what can I do for you? I could have sworn there was somebody talking to me. Must have been my imagination. See, I have to talk to all these people. See, this is the thing. Like, I have to check all the stuff. And it's not important. There's no way any of this is important. When do we get to see the Luminary, honestly? The Luminary of Legend, the one who once saved Erdrea from the ancient evil. He bore a mark upon his hand, the Mark of Light. And now Prince Switch is here, and he bears the same mark. Not that we've seen it yet, of course. Which, by the way, like, Crivens, the birth of a wee prince has brought the poshest folk from all four kingdoms to the castle. I've to be on my best behavior today. So here's the thing, is like, he's like, Erdwin's like, thank you for meeting me so suddenly, but like, this is the birth of like, the hero of legend after generations and generations. Why would they not come? How in heavens is one expected to bring a child up to be a hero and savior? The mere thought of that kind of pressure is simply terrifying. King Erdwin has proven himself to be a wise and benevolent ruler, as well as a mighty warrior. Now his son turns out to be the Luminary. He's certainly not wanting for blood. It's that one. Okay, see all this stuff. Look at all these people over here. Here, this guy. The Knights of Dundrasil share the same chivalric values as the Desert Knights of Gallopolis. This is no surprise, of course. King Erdwin is a knight himself. I am sure he urges his men to honor the pledge, just as his most exalted majesty, the Sultan, does. Okay, how about you, Sultan? By the sands with a feast. And as if that were not cause enough for joy, the rulers of the great kingdoms are gathered at last. The birth of a luminary is an auspicious event indeed. My own son and heir is also soon to be born. I must endeavor to celebrate his arrival with equal pomp and splendor. Yeah, but he won't be the luminary. I really don't know why everyone makes such a fuss about the luminary. He's just a character from an ancient fairy tale. He isn't even real. Not like Sir Hendrik of Heliodor. Now there's someone you really can believe it, a true hero. And all this stuff. Okay. Onward. Every day brings new reports of monsters terrorizing some village or other. The world's become rather a dangerous place. Thank goodness the Luminary is here at last to keep us safe from all the unpleasantness. Birth of the Luminary brings the promise of peace for all Erdrea. Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it. Okay. I wonder when Prince Switch will be presented to us all. I can't wait to see if he has his mother's face. Doesn't it feel strange, though, pinning the hopes of our kingdom on a wee baby? Ah, but I've no doubt he'll be able to handle it. I just hope we can get to see him soon. There's no need to be so impatient. We'll get to see the baby just as soon as the colloquy of kings is done. I think they might be getting started with that any minute now. I actually saw King Erwin head into the courtyard with King Carnelian. So that's where we need to go. But now, here's the problem, right? Just go here. Boom. More people! More people. People everywhere. People all over the place.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is the Luminary reborn.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy. The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is. How much hope the light he brings represents.
Save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs in the Luminary now. Not everyone's going to be happy about that. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one from Eleanor's chambers?
Alright. So now you have like a run of the place. At least Scam's got off somewhere again. I don't blame her. Banquets like this must be as dull as dishwater when you're her age. I just wish it wasn't me who has to keep an eye on her. I mean, Princess Jade of Heliodor is famous for getting into all sorts of scrapes. Yeah, she'll get easier to handle as she grows older, trust me. Oh wait, no. Okay, here's a room with look at how frustrating this is. Why would you program this? Like, nearly time for my shift. Queen Eleanor must be delighted to have given birth to the Luminary. I'm sure he'll be a feisty wee fellow. After all, his mother was more than a handful in her day. But you could always tell there was something special about her. Listen to me talking to myself. Come on, you, back to work. Like, seriously, this is... Why do they have to have the Colloquy of Kings on the same day as the banquet to celebrate Prince Switch's birth? What do they got to discuss it so important? Something to do with a prince, maybe. You think? Can I break these pots? That's unrealistic. This is the only time we'll ever be in this castle, so... The Luminary, I do wonder what life's got in store for me, Prince Switch. Still, I don't suppose it really matters all that much. His mother and father are gonna love him no matter what. And that's the most important thing. It is. It is. Well, there they go. King Erwin, King Carnelian, Lord Roberts, all off upstairs. I suppose the Colloquy of Kings will be getting started soon then. Okay, so they went upstairs, so we can go downstairs. Like, and guess what? There are people down here. Prince Crivens, hee. I'm friends with all the royal families. You know, I could introduce you to a prince or two if you're interested. Oh, that's why she's like a prince. Crivens. Like, this castle design is only used for this, right? I want to have a wee look at the Luminary too. Maybe I'll just sneak off for 5 minutes. No one will notice. No, I cannot do that. The castle's chock full of dignitaries from all over the world, and it's my job to keep them safe. Mark of Light, eh? Same one as the Luminary of Legend, eh? He's a special wee fellow, alright? Okay, what happens if I go to the door? Door won't budge. Of course not, because I'm a phantom. Okay, so here's a guy. All's well. Well, thank you! Thank you. It's good to know. Here's some rooms. Like, oh. Like, they put items in these rooms. That's the real killer. Is that you can collect, like, those pots. And you just go like, why would you do that? Clearly you wouldn't put anything unique in here. Although you never know. Like, you seriously could never know. I mean, look at Final Fantasy 12, where it came out that you could only get the best weapon. Like, one of the ways to get the best weapon was to not open a bunch of treasure chests throughout the game. I mean, you know, there are other ways to get that weapon, but yeesh, who does that? King Erwin, when not born into royalty, was an ordinary man who became a knight, the best in the kingdom. And one day, he rescued Princess Eleanor from some monsters, and the rest is history. If that's not an inspirational story, I don't know what is. Maybe one day I'll get to... Ah, what am I saying? I did not become a knight so I could meet some pretty lassie. I believe in the pledge, that's why I got to keep training my hardest. Good for you, Ben. Sir Hendrik of Heliodor, he's the one everyone's talking about. The finest young knight in all Erdrea, or so they say. And I can see why! I just walked past him down in the dungeon, and he's every inch a hero. This man's gonna change the world, I'm sure of it. We've been getting sent out to fight monsters all over the place recently. I hope this isn't a sign of evil brewing. Okay, who else? There's a guy sitting at a table and a guy laying on a bed. Alright. Okay. So, let's check out the map. So, this is the bottom floor. This is the middle floor where we have Ben. And then there's a top floor. Okay, so there's only three floors. 3. We can handle that. So, when we come back, this used to be my home. I'll see you guys for that. Bye, everybody.